We welcome you back. There's the score of Kristen Parker, 9.825. Very consistent so far for UCLA in their final discipline. And here is Alyssa Beckerman. Another good event for her, as you said earlier.
Basically, Barry, what you're looking at is they have to average just about a 9.8, which so far they're more than handling, and all the gymnasts are certainly capable of 9.8 and higher. This certainly has to make Valerie very, very happy seeing Alyssa get her act together in college with the gymnastics. She's healthy. She had wrist surgery. Finally can do what she's capable of doing. And most important, she's enjoying it like crazy.
That's great. Yeah, you know, it is true. Over the years, I've seen so many gymnasts who just don't seem to be having a good time out there, that it's all work.
Across the board, when they get to college, they have a phenomenal experience, and they're enjoying themselves and doing high-level gymnastics like this. It's not like there's no stress. Absolutely, they have stress, but it's not distress. It's the good kind.
Good.
She competes so well. She loves to perform, which is a huge thing. Right off the bat, she loves being in front of an audience. And she can just pull out perfection on the landings when she needs to.
So some of the UCLA supporters here at Maples Pavilion.
You know, all the coaches here, they want successful student athletes. They want them successful socially and to come out of this experience better than when they came in. It's great to see.
Yeah, it is. So UCLA looks as though it is headed for a conference championship, which avoided them last year. Stanford stealing a little of the UCLA thunder in the conference championship, but then UCLA turning it around when it really counted at the national championships.
Should move them into double digits. They've won 9 Pac-10 titles.
And here is the score for Beckerman, 9.875. So barring the totally unforeseen, UCLA should take the championship over Arizona.
Right.
And all Ani Willis needs here is a 9.5 for UCLA to clinch. And I would say you could pretty much book that.
And Jamie Dancher can just be the icing on their cake and entertainment for everyone. We'll see. And she kept herself in bounds.
Yes, she did.
Which is sometimes not that easy a feat, I have to say. Year for her last year. Win a national championship with her team. And then become co-all-around champion, tied with Elise Ray of Michigan.
She plays the house pretty good too. That should do it.
Yeah, they really built from the start. When they start out on vault, they just seemed a little, it's not like they were holding back or being lackadaisical. They just weren't quite the team that I'm used to seeing them as. And then they built throughout the competition. Uneven bars just sent them through the roof. Well, and balance beam was phenomenal.
You always use the term amplitude. Let's take a look at hers here.
Good take off the floor. Rushed a little bit into the tuck, but when you're that strong and that powerful, you can do that.
Just pulled it out. She only needs a 9.5. You know that that's in the books. And UCLA will win the championship. And as you said, Jamie Dancer can only be icing on the cake. So Willis will await her score, 9.5. Book it. We'll come back after this. We welcome you back to Maples Pavilion. The Pac-10 Women's Gymnastics Championships are in the books, and UCLA, the national champion, has conquered the conference for the first time in a couple of years. Despite winning the national championship last year, they lost the conference championship, not so this year. For Jamie Dancer, pretty much as advertised, Kathy.
Well, she is just such a phenomenal gymnast to watch. She wasn't quite as perfect as I've seen her, but you know what? Pretty darn good. Usually I expect to see those stuck landings on everything. You get spoiled. But bars is just gorgeous. Beautiful, big swing. And this is somebody who plays bars. She doesn't just do the skills. I mean, she's like a kid in the playground, just going for it. Just happens to have perfect form and huge difficulty.
So not like every kid in the playground.
That was that one little miss I saw. See the legs come apart, and he's tiny, but normally she could just nail it perfectly. Good one for her to have under her belt, this balance beam, because it's going to be the key to her really, really clinching it, helping UCLA if they get in that position to clinch a national title again. She's going to be a key performer on this event. And again, in the all-around. The other one she's got down pat. And this one's getting there.
I think her consistency is really her hallmark. In fact, that could be said for the UCLA team in general. Interestingly enough, as good as Jamie Dancer was in this competition, Ani Willis was the overall champion.
Absolutely, and she had a great competition. They're going to help each other. They push each other in competition and support each other for the team. But it's good to have that healthy competition as well. And I think Jamie can add this event now to her list of what she can do any time out. And she should have the confidence to do so every time she approaches the beam. I mean, she will.
Really did a great job here on beam.
It just shows you the tiny little things that can mean the difference. Tiny little deductions, and they add up, particularly with those top gymnasts for the all-around. And as you see competitions that are really close in the team, you're going to see tenths of a point, like right there, bent legs on her dismount. She did great gymnastics, but tiny little mistakes.
And then we didn't get a chance to see her floor exercise. It was while we were away at break. UCLA already clinched the championship by this time, but just as you said earlier, a little icing on the cake.
You don't want to miss this routine. It's so much fun to watch. She's so expressive, loves to perform.
And remember, performing on a floor that is most unusual. It was the subject of some discontent.
Yeah, and now see right there. Normally she would lay that out with straight body and straight legs. It's not a deduction, but it's different. And I've seen too many kind of awkward punches and awkward landings on the floor to believe that it's not, you know, the difference in having the spring loaded underneath this floor as well.
And what makes it even more difficult, and you pointed this out earlier, is that half the floor is on the springy part, and the other half is not.
What you really don't want to see is somebody get hurt because of it. And this time, one of their tumbling runs, and I think that was the big reason for the controversy and pushing. But isn't this fun?
It is, yeah. And of course, nobody did get hurt. Competition is over. And Amy Dancer, as we said, just kind of putting an exclamation point to UCLA's victory, her team's victory, and her own sophomore season at UCLA. That's a scary thing. She's back for 2 more years.
Oh, it's weird. She like buckled a little on the takeoff. Normally she just explodes off the floor. No, I think it just caused her to give way a little on the landing. But boy, what a talent. Pulled it out.
Well, she had scored perfect 10s on many occasions.
Yeah, it's weird because normally she would just take straight up on that last towing pass, but they pulled it out and did so in flying fashion.
And here are the final scores. UCLA, they needed 48 and change on the final rotation, got that and more. Arizona finishes in second place. Very good for Arizona.
Great. No wonder they were so excited. They had a tremendous competition.
And then Stanford finishing third, and there is the overall champion, Ani Willis of UCLA, 39.625 points. And again, just a pillar of consistency as she usually is. Well, that right there, just a part of this sport of gymnastics. UCLA, the conference champion. They were the national champions last year. They remain #1 in the country, and they will move on and try to defend their NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championship. Well, that's a wrap for us from here at Maples Pavilion. For my partner, Kathy Johnson-Clark, I'm Barry Tompkins. So long from Stanford.